Can't tell me nothing about this crypto. This O-Day, these forensics, strictly for my hackers. Hackers on the grind, I ain't forgetting all my port scanners, all my SQL injectors, exploit devs.
Okay, so welcome to the video. Oh, there we go. Okay. I am finally managing the Inauguration check from the chat. So, as you may notice, we have something a little different. Tonight we are playing Kerbal Space Program because, let's just say the last 2 weeks have been a bit trying, and if right next to me is the 486 that shows up on my YouTube videos, and let's just say that it has come very close. You know, you can see it sort of there. I got the ThinkPad on top. The whole thing's been a basket case, and it is very close to, shall we say, becoming one with the street pavement. I've got it going again, but it really took it out of me. So tonight is a complete chillax session. So for those who don't know, this is Kerbal Space Program. It is a slightly modded install. I have scatter, I've got all the visual mods. The goal of the game is to fly ships and blow things up. Well, okay, that's effectively what the goal of the game is, but it's sandbox. I've been playing KSP for ages. It's been sitting on my Steam library for about 2 years unloved, and I recently been getting back into it. So this is a file I started relatively recently. I've got the first science nodes unlocked, and we are going to quite literally shoot for the moon. This is the Orbital 2 craft. I am playing with life support, which definitely makes things a lot more complicated, and permadeath is enabled. So when I lose a Kerbal, I'm going to need F's in chat, because it's going to happen. So I did test this craft. So I will allow myself save reload in atmosphere and low Kerbal orbit, but other than that, all deaths are final, and so forth and so on. So the only other mods I've got installed is Engineer. I've got MechJeb installed, but that's mostly just because maneuver nodes suck, and a bunch of visual mods. So, because I am sorry, Side Pocket, I am actually good at Kerbal Space Program. I actually have completed quite a few of the old Reddit challenges. I have the Super Kerbonaut badge on Reddit. So, let's be honest, this isn't going to be as fail as it usually is. It's only going to be mostly fail. Or maybe medium less fail. So, we've got two contracts. We need to test the FUD engine, which is why I built it into this design. And we need to do a flyby of the moon. And that's complicated by the fact that I don't have patch conics or maneuver nodes unlocked. Now, I have done the manual moon flyby. It's a little YOLO, but we can definitely make it happen. And so, I don't know. I say let's just get right to it. So who are we going to put in the driver's seat? I should probably launch this from the vehicle assembly building because God knows I'm going to get this wrong. I think I'm going to send Valentina to the moon. Jeb was the first Kerbal in space in this playthrough, so I think it's fitting that we send Valentina. So who's currently... yep, Jeb's in the pilot seat. I would love to send Bob, but I've actually managed to get to the orbit and the moon with no SAS, but I don't have any probe cores yet. In fact, I don't even have solar panels, which is a problem because with life support, I do need power. So how long will the power last? 3 days. Yeah, okay, that is more than enough. So, okay. Yeah, and then 7 days. A free return moon flight is approximately 2 in-game days. So that's good. So, okay. Alright, I say we just hit the launch button and see if we can even make orbit. Because, God almighty, this is probably going to end badly. I don't think I've ever streamed Kerbal Space Program because this is a game that requires effort. And God knows we've seen what some of my projects have ended up like. So, it's running a little slow. I'm guessing I'm having some processor lag just due to... I don't think I've never actually tried doing anything graphically taxing on this system. Wow, before. So here we go, and the bullseye flag is here. SAS is on, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I just paused my Twitch stream. Note to self: have to focus on the right window before you try and launch. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, throttle up. All right, and it's good. It is good. So now we just gotta thread the needle. Okay. I probably won't. I do need to pay attention during the ascent, so I probably will be pretty quiet. I've got a lot of mystery goo. Okay. Because if this goes as planned, and you know, this is Kerbal Space Program, failure is always an option. There are quite a few science experiments I haven't collected, and I just unlocked the ability to do EVAs. We're taking up a lot of atmospheric drag. Throttle down. Come on, come on. Okay, we'll punch it as soon as we're out of the supersphere. Oh man, I probably just dated myself as a KSP player. Okay, punch it. Alright, so we've got a little bit too much thrust. I didn't get the solids completely. Okay, and we got clean separation. So now we got pitch over, and we need to throttle down because we are gaining on apoapsis way too quickly. So we probably, oh, I really wish I had RCS. I've only got the swivel nozzle and the really pathetic reaction wheel. That's about as far down as it's going. Okay, there it goes. There it goes. So I like to thread the needle at about 45. Right about there. And there we go. And then we just basically ride it right to orbit. It's about as efficient of a gravity turn as you will get going to space today. Okay. Because right now, let's see if we switch to the map screen. It's a little hard to see, admittedly, with without the patch conics. Okay. So mostly we're just picking up lateral velocity. There's orbital view. We need to get to 2,200 meters per second. That's orbital velocity on Kerbin. And then we need about 900 meters per second left in the tank when I stage. Now, this is going to be a little bit tight. Well, sort of. We'll see. So we should be reaching stage separation. Let's go to vessel view. How long until we deplete this? Okay, so we've got 30 seconds before stage separation. This might be a little shallow for an orbit, but we'll take it. Just means it's going to be a slow ascent up and I'm going to be fighting gravity. I am a little rusty at this game, I will admit. Okay. Engine shut down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stage and go. Okay, now we're on the FUDs. Now, FUDs are a little low on fuel because I don't have transfer. I need to get the coupler apart because I'm going to have to open the cross feed. I will answer your question in a moment. Just bear with me. I'm actually not entirely sure if that's a stock feature these days or not. The last time I played Kerbal Space Program, we didn't have this nice thing. So, okay. Alright, we're at orbital velocity. This is going to be, it's getting a little cooked. This was a little too shallow. So, what we have to do is we have to pitch it up. And there we go. That'll do it. Okay, yep, and that's the lower tank, so cross feed enable. Okay, and that takes us up to 80. For the contract, we need 140, so we'll wait until we break in above the break into space and then we'll burn for it. How are we doing? Oh, that is getting crispy. It's not full yet, and there's quite a bit of wiggle room. Let's see here. How cooked are we? Oh man, we're right at 91%, but we're coming out of it. Okay, so let's shut down. We're going to lose some Appalachian height because we're still... I made the orbit too shallow, but we should be definitely good on fuel because we still have 2,000 meters in the tank. So I don't know what's adding to the trajectory. I don't have that many mods installed. It's either Kerbal Engineer now has that, or that's a stock feature now. I used to use trajectories for that, but I didn't need to install it. So our power drain is good. Okay. All right, sweet. All right, so let's go. Let's do the time warp. Okay. So, and then we have to do the age-old trick of flying to the moon with no autopilot. Because, as I said, I don't have maneuver nodes unlocked. I could unlock them real quick, but this is more fun because failure should always be an option. It's Kerbal Space Program. So, okay. We are about to... Once we cross 70,000, we are considered in space. Alright, so let's point for that. And then let's wait until we are close to the Apple axis. It is lagging. This was not a problem in single player. I wonder if my graphics card is... Oh, you know, OBS is probably trying to do hardware encoding, and with the Astronomer's pack, it's having a little indigestion about it. I figures I'd find a way to make Kerbal Space Program GPU bound, because this game usually does not have this problem. And there's the camera doing its thing. 8, 9, 10, and what did I say we needed? 50. 150. Wait for it. Wait for it. More. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in space. So I should have gone the goose on the way up. Oh well. So let's grab that science. The Science Junior, I've already got low Kerbal orbit. We will save that for lunar orbit. How much DV do we have? This tank... Oh, yeah, that tank's dead. we're going to use the Terrier from this point forward. We just need to hold on to these to do the contract. So let's switch to map view and let's chat. So we need to be here in our orbit, and of course I can't time warp there, so I gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Basically, all 3 of these checks need to go on, and then I can just do run test. Man, it is laggy. I might have a little bit. Okay, take it out. Time warp. Run test. Hey, okay, that's contract complete. So the way you do Moon without maneuver nodes, you have to. We need to move the camera. You want to basically see it just coming over the horizon, and then you go for it. And then there's a couple of sciencey ways to do it. I usually just burn about 800 seconds of fuel, so we are going to let's close the cross feed. So that goes to empty, and then we stage. Okay, and now that we've staged, we need to wait for the moon to come up. And it's not a space station, it is an actual moon. Wait for it. Wait for it. This is how we used to get into the moon before maneuver nodes were added to the game. The reason this works so well is that the moon has 0 inclination change from Kerbin, and I more or less put it right where you're supposed to. It's not the tidiest orbit I've ever achieved, but it's up. It's not bad. Am I relative to the moon? Oh man, I'm all the way on the other side of the orbit. I don't think I can set target. No, I can't. Yeah, so I'll be about here when we go for it. This is still better than NJ Transit. Oh, the words. I feel them. Okay, so I just realized I should have ditch those in atmosphere. I left orbital debris. Oh, I've committed blasphemy. Scott Manley is going to smack me. This is the first time I think I've played a game on HACK-ALT-NCOMMANDER. Well, no, I played FTL when we were talking about FTL. But that was quite literally part of the story because FTL played a part of FTL, and I'm going to see how many times I can get FTL into the same sentence. I should be seeing the moon come over the horizon any moment now. I gotta keep an eye on the electrical charge because that is currently... There it is. Take it out. Time warp. Alright. I might be a little late on this burn. I am... no matter what happens, I should have enough fuel for this. So, activate engine, and we are going for it. So, while I don't have patch Conex enabled, I can see where the orbital lines will intersect. So we are flying from the map screen. Hey, Zuko, we are currently trying to go to the moon without maneuver nodes. Or even patch Conex. So this is spitball. I've actually done this all the way to Duna. I had to use a stopwatch for it, for Duna. But I did manage it. Because the thread the Duna needle is really hard. Mimnus can actually be done without maneuver nodes. Conics, you really... The inclination change will kill you if you don't do it. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I am hoping that is... I've done that correctly. Let's go for it. We are going to be flying by the seat of our pants. So the moon is going to catch up with us, and then it should come back. Actually, and while we're here, we're now in high Kerbin, so we have another science target. Oh, you know what? I just realized I forgot there was more science I could get because I can EVA. I just unlocked that ability. So, do get an EVA report. Let me flip the craft around so I can actually see what I'm doing. Board, please. Celeste, please. Okay, because I have science experiments right here, and I want Valentina to grab the data. Alright. Oh no, I forgot they changed this. You have to do it on the outside. Keep. Grab the crew report. I should have a barometer. Where's my barometer? Did I forget to put a barometer on this ship? I may have forgotten to put a barometer on the ship. Or I put it somewhere stupid. Yeah, okay, I left some science. It's not that big of a deal because I am going to be back. This is mostly just getting to probe cores. And the Science Junior is the big win here, so okay. That's fine. You still need to go back on EVA now. Turn your lights on so I can actually see. Take data. Take data. We're going to have to grab all the... I should have put an experiment pod on this thing. Okay. Well, things learned. Alright, so assuming I've done this correctly. Fingers crossed. ZZCO. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize for saying it wrong. So, we're going to go past the moon's orbit. The moon's going to catch up with us, because basically what's happening is that we're still in Kerbin's gravity. There it is. I don't know if you saw that. I just got captured by the moon. In fact, I'm on a collision course with the moon. Okay, we need to fix that. We need to fix that. Yeah, because we are not crashing into the moon today, so I need a little bit more forward velocity. Because we're just going to go by. We're not really planning on staying here. Okay. That's fine. Now I need to... I need to change my inclination, so let's go back to stability assist. Because I don't want to take myself out of the plane. I do realize I may have screwed up. Hold on, I gotta figure out which way my orbit's going. Because what may have happened here is I may have gone a gravity assist, and that's not good for a lot of reasons. And then I am going to have to adjust my orbit here as we pass by the dark side of the moon. So while we do that, though, we can get more science. So... Alright, so we managed to get to the moon without maneuver nodes. And we get more mystery goo. Do I want to grab high or low? I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, 50 for the recovery, so we will grab that. Thank you. Thank you, have enough. Thank you, come again. I could have sworn I put a barometer on this ship. I probably do have one, and I'm just not seeing it. I should have installed X Science. It makes it much easier to trigger these. Okay, so we are currently on the YOLO flight path, and we've got quite a bit of science because we're currently doing flyby. All right, so let's see here. So how did I do this? So the moon rotates. Yeah, so I did actually fly a retrograde path. That was what I wanted to do. So what's going to happen is, since we're currently in the moon's sphere of influence, it's actually going to slow me down. And if I did this correctly, I should end up returning to Kerbin without having to do another burn. So let's see if I did this correctly. I do want to clear my inclination. So we will. Let's see here. Where's the moon? So there's the moon. Okay, and then we're just going to time warp around the moon. So how's our life support? Okay, we still got 3 days, and I forgot this. USI gives you a grace period, so I'm actually just going to turn off the cockpit electrical charge. And as we pass low Kerbin, forgot. She actually probably has an EVA report, doesn't she? Yeah, she does. Okay. So as we pass into low, we can actually get more data. Usually, like I said, usually I send Bob here because Bob's a scientist and can do more useful things. So I want to flatten out my orbit as I pass around the back of the moon. Although, you know, it probably doesn't matter. I've got 700 meters to spare. There's no orbit this can put me in that I shouldn't be able to return from. Unless it ejects me from the solar system, in which case I'll need some F's in chat, but we'll see. So here we go. So around the moon we go. Hello, moon. Okay, so actually as we pass low lunar orbit, we pass... Are we low enough for it? I don't remember what low moon is. Report. No, I'm in still space high. I forgot what space low is. I should have adjusted the orbit to get closer. It's fine. This is fine. We're all fine. There's nothing wrong. Okay. Yeah, okay, and it's dark. Alright, so let's... While we do this, we'll watch this in the map view. So I think 50,000 is the line, so I might have a brief window where I can actually get low science. Let's see here. Observe mystery goo. Less dense here. And space low. Okay, yes. So with EVA... Yeah, okay. Next time I do this game... And with EVAs specifically, you can get an EVA report for each biome you're flying over. So take data and then... hold on. Take data. Yeah, okay. You're going to take duplicates, and then I want to take a full report. Okay, cool. And I believe that is all the major science. So let us fly around the moon and then see where we end up. So there's Kerbin. The moon is now behind us, and our relative orbital velocity should have slowed down. And we should be on a free return. Assuming I spitballed this correctly. Okay. Yeah, because I came around like this, so let's see what my new orbital trajectory is going to look like. Because if I screwed this up, it's going to be bad. Yeah, I screwed that up. That is not a free return trajectory. Let me see here. How do I fix this? I think if I burn normal, let's take it out time warp. I can move the periapse. Yeah, okay, I blotched this. I think it's savable though. Nope. Okay, we need to go the other way. Just want to be careful here. I don't toss too much fuel doing this, but I think, okay, yeah, we're fine. So if we can get this down to, say, a few thousand, because this is the least efficient way you can do this. See, out of curiosity, if I just burn retrograde, which is more efficient, what does that do for my orbit? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that's what I should be doing. So burn retrograde until this gets below 70,000. 31. That might be a fatal orbit. Let me go for 35. You come in too steep on a lunar return and you fry. I usually go for 40. Alright, so the first moon flyby is a success. So now what we gotta do is we gotta go back on EVA. Let me put the craft in the light. You can actually see what I'm doing. So where's the sun relative to us? The sun is there. What I need to do is I need to go out on EVA and I have to go get... okay, she's got her jetpack. I have to get the science from all these modules, but these modules are not coming back with us. Collect data. collect the data. Oh, come on. So far, so good. Collect data. So basically, I'm moving all the data from from the pod's inventory to Valentina's inventory, and then they'll be in the capsule, and they'll come back with us once we land. Data, and I think I've probably got, yeah, I got a few online. Collect data. Probably can't get another observation out of that, but that's fine. Yeah, there's definitely science I left on the table, but screw it. This is not bad. I might have to do a time warp to make things stop. So the trick with Kerbals and EVA is the Kerbal will always orient themselves towards normal, and that's how you know how you need to burn relative to another object. So there's the hatch, and as soon as she gets, of course, I'm on the other side, and the ship is so small that she is pushing the ship every time I move. Lights, please. And there. Now I can actually see what I'm doing. Grab. Board. Yes! Okay, we've got all the data. We've got all the data in the capsule. And we've still got a decent amount of fuel in the tank. I mean, all things considered. Well, so I don't think there's anything to do but go for it. I'll jettison, once we're closer to the Kerbin, I'll jettison the engine and we will prepare for re-entry. Chat, I want to know the odds if you think I'm going to successfully make it or not. Okay, there goes the moon. Oh, and look, we're actually going to come in on the day side of the planet. Okay. I feel like we need better music than this. But what we're listening to is not what I call good KSP music. Let's find some better music, chat. Let's see here. Because right now the soundtrack is being provided by Pretzel Rocks, and the best description of the music I can say is, let's see here. You know, let's go for the epic playlist. Yeah, that's, you know, the thing is, I'm playing on hardcore mode, so like I said, if I lose Valentina here, I lose Valentina. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. Because I find that it's far too easy to do the F5, F9 dance in this game. I obviously have it enabled because the Kraken is not your friend. The Kraken will destroy you. Okay. And we are flying. Scatterer is definitely having some glitches. Okay, alright, so that's 100,000. So it is time to turn the power back on in the capsule to jettison and hold retrograde. Because, folks, we are going to be coming in hot. Okay. Mega Race. Are we talking about the old DOS game? ZZ Co. Okay. Okay. All right. Second question is, where are we going to land? I'm actually curious to see where we're definitely going to not make the Space Center. I think we'll probably land in the desert, but we'll see. So let's zoom to. We are now about to hit our re-entry interface. We're at 40,000. It is possible I'm too shallow, and what will happen is we will skip. But 40,000 will almost always be a capture. Okay, it's getting toasty. All right, let's. Oh, I didn't put a heat shield on this. Oh, crud. There should be a heat shield on this. Let's see here. How's it doing? What did I just lose? What did I just lose? Okay, the thermometer overheated. We're okay. We are still okay. Ooh. I find it ironic. I guess the thermometer just couldn't take the heat. Oh. Oh, I'm feeling nervous. I am feeling nervous. Periapsis is still going down, which is a good sign. So what'll happen is if I skip, we'll pass periapsis and we'll start gaining altitude again, but I think we're going to burn it. Oh yeah, we're definitely committed. We're going down. Okay. Okay. Oh, these are always butt punchers, and I don't like physics warping on re-entry. I've had too many Kraken attacks for that. I still can't believe I forgot the heat shield. Yeah, see, we're actually cooling down. Yeah, the critical thermal percentage is going down, so we are actually through the most violent part of re-entry as of right now. Yeah, so I don't know if you know this, Bocon 1. The real Apollo spacecraft actually did a thermal roll. It was known as the barbecue roll, to keep the heating even throughout the duration of the mission, because one side of the spacecraft was getting cooked and the other was in the shade. So the barbecue roll prevented anything from really breaking. Oh, and that's a sign that we've effectively re-entered, because the camera just did the rotation dance. Okay, so now the only thing is we have to make sure we don't hit that sun stop at the end. So we're currently flying over shores. I think we can take another crew report. No, we can't. Okay, we are full. We are, as they say, full skis. She's going to get a lot of medals for this in Final Frontier. She's gotten a lot of medals for these. She's currently even got the speed record. I think the fastest I've ever done an atmospheric entry is I had a little accident with Eve. Because that's what Eve basically does. You fly into it, and it cooks you. It cooks you real hard. So, alright, so I think right now there's nothing, so we'll just do a time, at this point I think we can physics warp, and I am less worried about the Kraken going. So, surface velocity is still over a kilometer per meter per second, but as soon as we hit the lower bars of the atmosphere, this is going to slow down. I'm going to start slowing down significantly. And actually, we'll be able to grab a little bit more science. I asked what Mega Race was, and if it was ZZCO, I asked what Mega Race was, and the only thing I could think of is the very, very old DOS game called Mega Race. Unless you meant multiple people racing for the moon in-game. Yeah, I remember playing that game all the time. It was such a time capsule of 80s horribleness. Okay, and are we safe to deploy? We are safe to deploy. That is what they call many happy returns. Oh, please miss the mountain. Please miss the mountain. I do not need this to... no. 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 Crud. What's I forgot this runs off sea level altitude. I nearly flew it right into the mountain. Cannot quick save when about to crash. Kerbal Space Program, what the hell? Game? I'm not about to crash. We should be okay. Oh, that is about the worst place you can come back on. Wow, that is unfortunate is the word I am going with right here. SAS off, please. Let's save some electrical power. So yeah, we yeah. So the problem I'm worried about is that she will re-enter, but the game will consider it still moving. Can I? Yeah, still cannot quick save while about to crash. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. She's going down the mountain. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Ah! Oh. Ow! Yeah. Oh, that's the first fatality of the save file. You know, I should have EVA'd her. I might have been able to save it. Alright, Space Center. Oh. Ow. That one hurts. I forgot how big the reputation hit. It's gonna be a big reputation hit, isn't it? I've killed one of the orange suits. Oh, it's thinking about it. But the contracts should have counted as completed, even though I just killed Valentina. And as I mentioned before, permadeath is enabled on this file. Oh, come on, game, don't crash on me. Oh, nope, there it goes. Okay. The reputation hit was not as bad as I was expecting. We still got a lot of money out of that. Nowhere near as much science as I was hoping. Yeah, and I can't get the decent probe core yet. So what do I do now? Because that changes things. I wouldn't mind getting the general construction ones. Okay, so let's do a little. We've got the money to upgrade the tracking station, and we can upgrade mission control. And we still have a fair bit. So now we've got maneuver nodes. So that's helpful. We could try and make orbit around the moon. I just had an idea here, and this may be a stupid idea, but this may be a way we can get all this, get all our science and then some in one. I should have the passenger cabin unlocked, and by default you have 15 days with no supplies on board before Kerbals begin to starve. So yeah, so I flew it into a mountain. Alright, so just out of curiosity, what is a new Kerbal? Okay, so a new Kerbal is actually not that expensive. The first F has happened. I kind of wish I had a transmitter on that mission, but I didn't have the science for it. So if I take general construction, I can take the crew cabin, and I could put Jeb and Bob there, and Bob could EVA and reset the experiments. This doesn't seem like a bad idea to grab this, because then I can, especially if I can make moon or orbit, because then I can grab all the major EVA science in a single go. Because I did get some science for that mission. It wasn't a complete failure. It was only mostly a failure. Let's see here. Mech Jeb case, small inline reaction wheel. Yeah, there's no, I can't get this right now as much as I want it. So let's see what the contracts are saying. We've got a rescue mission for the moon. is entirely... These are sometimes worth it, and they're sometimes not. The thing is, I'm hesitant to bring a crew capsule into space, because a lot of times those really don't work well. They're really fragile. Find a moonstone, have a Kerbal pick it up, and... This must be new. I don't think I've ever seen this mission before. So, okay. Yeah, so none of these missions actually help. So we'll take some reputation hits. Test heat shield splash down. I will take that. We can take 7. Explore the moon. Yeah, see, we didn't actually gather scientific data from the moon, so that mission did not clear, because the in space, no one can hear you explode. I don't like any of these other missions. How long until they expire out? So let's go back to the VAB. I really don't want to refly that mission, but I don't think I have a choice. See, I'm trying to think if there's a sane way I could get a crew cabin on that. But the crew cabin is so frackin' fragile that I am risking losing both Kerbals if I do it. But it might be worth it, because that would be a lot of science in a single go. So the entire mission went perfectly planned, Side Pocket. Valentina did a free return around the moon, and then her pod was right on top of a mountain, rolled down the mountain, and exploded. I kid you not, that is what happened. So basically, it all went to plan except for the very, very last bit. Oh, I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, I've lost Kerbals due to stupidity before, but I think that's a new one for me. So here, we're going to make some modifications to the craft. So let's get a barometer. And what we'll do is we'll put 4 on here. And we will grab the experiment storage unit. So this will make this a lot easier, and then we are going to bind... So I'll set this to custom 1. Let's see here. Log, and the barometer to log. And then I can hit 2, and I can capture all the data here. So, and then we can gain more fuel by deleting the FUDs, because I don't need them anymore. Let's see here. Where's the Terrier and the stack? Here's that engine. What is your total Delta V? Yeah, you should definitely have enough to do it. Although you may actually have some trouble reaching orbit. The reason I'm saying you might have trouble reaching orbit is that... How high up do I have to be? Actually, you have a thrust to weight above 1 once they pass 10 kilometers, so that should be fine. That's batteries, and you know, I don't like that. I only need one of these. Why? Okay. Might make my craft a little uneven, but so it goes. Yeah, I'm a little salty about that, Def. I really am. Yeah, it's a HACK-ALT-NCOMMANDER episode. It is a quiet stream tonight, but it's fine. It is fine. All right. So staging looks good. I guess we're going to try this again. The question is, who are we going to sacrifice? I either send Jeb or I send Bob. But if I send Bob, I don't have SAS. I guess I gotta send Jeb. I don't really have a choice in the matter. I don't want to try and fly this without SAS. A little bit of tweaking, I could probably enter lunar orbit. I mean, I should have more than enough for us to actually do it. 5,000? Yeah, I should be able to, should be able to do it. Alright, you know what, screw it. We're just gonna go for it. If I have to start a new save file, I'll start a new save file, but we're just gonna kind of roll with the blows on this one. I was expecting to do more than fly the same moon mission, but this time we can actually do a free return because now I've got the maneuver node and the patch conex. Wait for the loading screen of death, like I said. Alright. It's a cheap enough rocket. Alright, so Jeb is in the hot seat. We have returned to the surface. Okay, we've technically done that, yes. Valentina didn't exactly survive the experience, but she did actually make it back to Kerbin before dying. I still cannot believe that's how that ended. Right, okay. We're just going for it. We are just going for it. I probably could have gotten another contract out of this, but... Oh, wait. Revert flight. Heat shield. I don't want to risk that again. I totally meant to do that the first time. Alright. Coupler. Heat shield. I could futz with the ablator, but screw it. I don't really feel like it. Let's see if we can do this better. Better being a very relative term as far as Kerbal Space Program is involved, but yeah. But you know, the way you also need to take this is that you are going to have deaths if you play hardcore. They're kind of unavoidable. So. And a lot of people kind of get upset when you lose the uniques. So I'm kind of okay with this because it was going to happen and it happened as best as it could have, so to speak. Okay, I think it's only high science I'm missing. Okay, grab those. Who is calling me? All right, I'm going. My phone is currently ringing, but it's on the camera stand, so I'm just going to ignore it. There's only like... Okay, I'm sorry. I do need to see who this is. There's only a few handful of people that call me. Booster separation there. Okay, so far so good. Pitch. There we go. And to space we go. Where's our orbit? Ooh, wow, my inclination is all over the place. The penalty for getting distracted. Let's see if we can bring this back down to a nice 0. Orbit. Yeah, we lost some DV just because of the dog leg. I left a separator in the stack, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. No, I did that right. Okay. So that's good. That's good. And then, alright, yeah, it's like nothing to do but burn for orbit. Should have quite a bit of hang time. Because the Terrier doesn't have a whole lot of get and go, but it should have more than enough for this. Let's see, what else? Do I have the upper atmosphere science? I do, but I'll retrieve that one later, because that one I can get on basically any mission. Oh, I did screw this up. Shoot. Yeah. I've got this full fuel tank. Revert to vehicle assembly. My house rule lets me do this. It's only once I leave Kerbin's. I used to play with a simulator mod for this, but what I discovered is that it just meant that you played the missions twice. So I let myself do the reverts there. Yeah, look, I got another extra 500 TV. I am a freaking turkey. Let's try that again. Let us try that again. I shouldn't even need to fly this mission again, but like I said, we see fit. Controlled flight into ground. So when are we going to launch DEFCON 201 rockets in real life? Well, Side Pocket, I think to do real life rocket. Well, that means trusting Jack of Explosives. Do we really want to trust Jack of Explosives? I like that our minds went to the same place on this one. I mean, I appreciate that. So, okay, let's try this again. Grab that, grab the data. And then this time I am going to I am going to be flying by instrument rules. I am going to thread the needle. I am going to thread the needle so hard that it's going to be the tidiest orbit since, I don't know. Alright. Yeah, I'm already drifting. Yeah. I hate having to use solids to get a rocket going. Once you get past the early game, I almost never use solids aside from the Sepratron. Okay. There we go. Oh, and it took out a fin, but we are low. Go, 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 go. This is a swivel. We should be okay. We're okay. We're okay. We can save it. We can save it. We can save it. Oh, squirrely ascent up. But we saved it. We saved it. I should have staged an abort. What I could have done is I could always done an abort. When I used to play Real Solar System, which let's just say that makes Kerbal Space Program hard mode look like nothing. And you really have to have abort systems because Real Solar System has part failure, and if you're doing it right, you don't play, or I shouldn't say doing it right, but if you play the way recommended, you don't play with reverts. So you oftentimes in Real Solar System have to abort. Actually, this might, holy cow, with the amount of fuel that's still left in this, it might actually make it to orbit in a single burn. Which would not be a bad place to be. Alright, let's see here. Oh, we've got new science available. Collect it, save it, store it. Okay. So far, so good. We are basically threading that needle. We just need a little bit more orbital speed. I'm basically just doing this in a single burn. If I really wanted to be super efficient, I would slow down. Actually, I think I will slow down. It's fine. We can physics warp. We can support. This is like the most phallic episode since Windows 4. It's rocket. Side Pocket, this is literally rocket science. It is going to be phallic. The pointy end goes into space. I mean, yes, my rocket's been castrated a little bit, but it's still a rocket. It still works. You know, all my equipment just seems okay. Oh, how many more bad puns can I make before I get demonetized? Waiting for Space Force to raid us. So I was watching clips of the inauguration, and you see the flags of all the branches of U.S. military service, and then you have the Star Trek logo. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it because that is what the Space Force logo is. And no disrespect to our men, men in service. And I understand the rationale of why Space Force is a thing, but I'm sorry, I keep thinking of Star Trek every time I see it. And I have to hope at some point they change the insignia. And there we go. Oh, look, this time I'm actually tidy about my orbits. All right, there we go. We have gone into space. So there's Mimnus, which is entirely out of reach for us right now until we get some more life support. All right, so there's the moon. What I want is a free return. Do I want to do free return? Yeah, I think I want to do free return. So to do a free return, I need to approach the moon when in a way that would cause me to be retrograde. So this, let me see here, focus view. I need to be on the other side of the moon. That's basically what it comes down to. So, and this is why maneuver notes. Please tell me I have the editor. Please tell me I have the editor. I might have to unlock it. I thought MechJeb had a maneuver node editor. It's possible that IR needs to be unlocked through research, or you have to, there we go. All right. So there's the free return, or that's the retrograde orbit. So if I put a little less speed in it, and I just need to hit it at the right angle. Because you see, basically, once I have it set up, I'll explain what's going to happen. So there's the Kerbal Periaps. Alright. Maneuver node. God, I hate when the node gets stuck in the sun. So basically, what's happening. Oh man, that is a fiddly maneuver node. Yeah, because this is actually how the real Apollo missions were flown, is that they're all flown on what's called a free return. The idea being that if something went wrong, the Apollo spacecraft would return to Earth without having to be able to do a second engine burn. Ironically, the one time they needed it, Apollo 13, they had already left the free return trajectory to enter lunar orbit. So they had to actually reestablish the free return. And it gets that name because, like I said, you only have to do the one burn to make it work. Oh, why am I having so much trouble with the maneuver nodes tonight? Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. And then focus view on Kerbin. There's the Periaps. You know, this game is, what, 9 years old at this point? You'd think this would be a little less janky. Okay, alright, and then let's fast forward to the node. Alright, cool. Alright. So this should take us, you need to burn at approximately the halfway point. And it's basically just a prograde burn. So node is, so we want to burn at 30 seconds halfway through, halfway in. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Let us see if we can actually do a free return this time. And hopefully I don't kill another pilot, because I'm going to be really annoyed if I lose Jeb and Valentina in the same day, back to back. There might be a legitimate rage quit if that happens. The fact that we lost Valentina on such a stupid way is annoying to me. That being said, I can get more science here. Let's pop a goo. Grab that, and collect. Cool. Okay. That is looking good. That is looking good. That is looking shiny. I mean, you really get to see the exponential difference of how physics and gravity work. Okay. AE 50. There we go. All right, and that's the orbit flipping around. Okay. That's a little too much. So let me explain how the physics here. So basically, this is a maneuver known as a free return. It's also known as a gravity assist because it's exactly the same thing. The reason this works is that due to the way physics work, all objects have gravity towards each other. And when we enter the moon, depending on the way the moon, you approach the moon, which is either in the prograde direction like this or the retrograde direction, it curves the orbit. And that affects the orbit that you end up on the way back. So the way the free return works is that you come back on an orbit that would cause you to intersect the atmosphere of your origin point. You can do it the other way and use the orbit to kick you out, and that's actually how things like spacecraft reach Mercury and other planetary bodies for a lot less than what it would be otherwise in fuel. And that is physics. So, alright, so now that we are departing, alright, so none of those worlds first. We have the fuel that we could potentially make lunar orbit. I don't think I want to try it with this mission, but we could potentially do it. And we're not far from that point. I've already upgraded the, let's see here. Alright, let's get a space high. I just realized I should be getting EVA science here. EVA report, that's good. Get in. I always forget about the crew report, and I shouldn't. Okay, and those both go there. Because, like I said, well, I want to wait until I can put a mission into polar orbit for that. But, alright, so we are going to basically just warp until we change planetary spheres. And this time, wait for it. There we go. Okay. We're going to get a lot of science, assuming this goes as planned. Mystery Goof 3 deployed. I will get the material study as we. Oh no! Shoot! I don't want to do that. Reset that go. And the other ones I can't reset yet. Where? Oh no! I am actually in the moon. Okay, so no. Orbits. How do they work? Focus view. Yeah. Okay, so there's the lunar periapse. Wow, I'm actually not going to get very close at all. And this is where you would have to make the correction to get closer to the moon. But all this mission required me to do was gain and collect data from the moon. So we grab that. We grab a goo sample. Grab a crew report. Transfer all. And we grab an EVA report. I'm curious, this will probably be about 200 science. Board, collect. Perfect. And just to make sure I complete that mission, we're going to just transmit something. I will just transmit a crew report. Those are power. So the reason I don't want to transmit the other ones is because electrical charge. I have no way of recharging when we get closer. Okay. Alright, so now we fly by the moon. Let's see here. Let's get the moon on screen so we have something pretty to look at. There's the moon. There's Kerbin, and then it's going to get a whole lot bigger. So when do we do an HACK-ALT-NCOMMANDER crossover with the Pine Phone? It really boils down to how much I am willing to torture myself. Which is don't know. I've got mixed feelings about that. That's oh shoot. Take it out, time warp. Take it out, time warp. Take it out, time warp. Okay, Jeb, you need to get on EVA. You have to grab the science. Jeb, grab data, store. Okay, he had to get it into the pod. Okay, eject. Oh, when you time warp a little bit too hard. All right, this time we're coming down on the dark side of the moon. But okay, all right. Let's try this again. Let us try this again. So, we aren't going to see Jack because, of course, you know, dark side of the planet. But this time we have a heat shield. That's the part of the spaceship we just ejected, breaking up. And see, you can see that it's burning off quite a bit of ablator, but our thermal percentage when we came back with Valentina got up into the 90s. We can see that with the heat shield, we're only getting up to about 50, so it makes a massive difference. Okay. So, chat, do you think I'm going to F this up again? And as usual, for those that are new to the DEF CON 201 stream, HACK-ALT-NCOMMANDER streams every 2 weeks. Usually we do Retro Attack. This week's an exception to that rule. And we have other great shows here. On Thursdays, our own G.I. Jack does Archvile, which is essentially a gaming perspective on Linux, and he does that as his main topic. On Sundays, we have Crypto Baron, and we have Master of Unlocking by our very own Side Pocket, who is our resident social engineer. And oh, hold on, I just realized something. We skipped. So remember when I was saying earlier that when if we didn't go deep enough in atmosphere, we might bounce out of the we might bounce. That's what happened here. I didn't go deep enough into Kerbin's atmosphere coming back. So instead of getting captured by Kerbin, I'm actually going to go one more around and then re-enter the lower atmosphere. We should be fine due to this, but that was something I was actually concerned about beforehand. So what we'll do is we're just going to lock the electrical charge just to make sure we have some left over. Take it out of physics warp, and let's do this again. Yep, here we come around the orbit again. I don't know if the shaders are working correctly. This looks a little bit paler than it should be, but Okay, turn the electrical charge back on. Reaction wheel points us the right way. And we try this again. So, chat, taking odds, are we going to successfully impact into the ground or not? Oh man, it is going to be... Yeah, see, I'm coming in a lot slower this time because we've already burned off a lot of speed. And when you do what's like an interplanetary return that isn't just the moon, it's pretty common to skip through atmosphere, even if you go fairly low. So Arch Linux, he wants to add as he loads his crossbow. So when you said that, Side Pocket, I was thinking Jack with a bunch of Arch DVDs and a literal crossbow. You need to be a little bit more specific about these things. Just saying. Oh, this is neat. When did this get added? Advanced orbital information. Is this KSP? Oh, it's because I have it at target set. So they've added a lot since the last time I played. We used to it used to not be anywhere. There used to be an entire list of mods that you basically had to add to make the game usable. Okay, parachute is armed. We are time warping down. That's chute deployed, and we're coming down over water. Oh, cool. So we're actually going to complete another contract because we need to test the heat shield in water. So, yeah, I'll take that 2 for 1 bonus. It almost makes it worth having to do that stupid mission twice. Okay, so now basically it's just a matter of waiting until we hit water. And I just realized I can get a surface sample once we land. We apparently have a 27-second delay until we get down. It's interesting, my Twitch chat says we only have free users watching, but when I click the users in chat, we've got a lot more. So, I don't know. Technology is, it's a thing. It's a thing that probably hates me. I don't know. There are just days where, like, magic. All right, we are about to touch down, or I should say we're about to splash down, and I'll fast forward today. So, oh, we got Pierre too? No, but the thing is that the actual Twitch number looks wrong to me because I keep Twitch up on my second screen, which you can see right here, because I find the chat is easier to read there, and then the restream official one, and the Twitch one says that I only have 3 users watching, but if I click the users in chat, I've got 7. It's a mystery. I feel like, though, at some point, I'm going to have to invest in the green screen behind me. I mean, they're not that expensive. And then I can do stupid, silly things with special effects. We could even make a return of Cactus Pocket. So, there's that. Hey, look, you can actually see the water. I wish it was a little less stuttery. I think I've got to turn the visual effects down. It was perfectly fine in single player. All right, so let's warp until next day. Because I want to look at the pretty water effects. Oh, look, it's all pretty and nice. All right, so while we're here, there is a little bit more science we can get. I think I've got Kerbin's water. And then, yeah, can I get an EVA port? No, okay, I can't get, I think I need Astronaut Complex 2 to get surface samples. So let's see how much science we got from that entire, shoot, I forgot to run the test. Okay, I meant to run the let's test that part contract. It's fine. So what is easier, recompiling kernel blobs or Kerbal Space Program? I'm going to go with the kernel blobs, but that's because physics, when you get a compiler error, physics doesn't completely ruin your life. Hey, look, 220 science earned. And Jeb got a whole lot of medals for that. Before we, I'm just going to very quickly kick out that last contract because I want to clean the slate. I could just control F12 it, but meh. Holy cat. Game lag. Alright, command pod, parachute. This is going to be about as podunk of a ship as we can get. Heat shield. I need like a really tiny fuel tank. Because like I said, all I'm going to do is I'm going to fly this and then... Yeah, we'll use a swivel. Why not? 500 meters per second delta V, so we're going to be able to knock this off, and I should be able to get a full refund for the parts, because again, what could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? But you know, I do, like, all day today I've just like been a complete zombie, and I have to wonder if it's just accepting the fact that the last 4 years of Trumpism is finally coming to an end. I mean, obviously there's still a long way to go, and God knows that there's going to be some problems with the I'm expecting, but the staging is good. So go for it. Ooh, okay. SAS on, please. Oh, crap, revert. I staged it too soon. I staged it too soon. I'm okay. This is okay. Everything is fine. This is... For those who don't know, that you can actually lock staging in Kerbal Space Program, which is really amazing when you're on that really long Eve mission and you have had the unfortunate accident. Okay. I mean, I shouldn't even need to do this mission, but I don't want to cheat it if I don't have to. Right. And then he's going to burn speed off. Just wait for him to get safe. There we go. Yeah, that could be like a really fun thing. When SpaceX gets to the point that they can make like engines for nothing, you go all of about 1,000 meters in the air, and then you basically get the G-force pull of this. I could see this being like an amazing ride. Like this is like your discount Virgin Galactic thing. Yeah, you know what? Don't show this again. I know that physics warp does things. Okay. You don't need to remind me of it. Okay, and then splash. One splash. Okay. Now I can test the heat shield and get the contract I should have gone last time. There we go. And I should get a full refund for those parts, or like 99%, because I landed in Booster Bay. I am going to have to look into if the H.264 encoder is running on the CPU. You know what? Actually, I'm going to check that right now. I don't know why it's so laggy. It was fine earlier. Yeah, okay, so OBS is using 310% of my processing power. What the hell, OBS? And apparently Firefox is using another couple hundred. All right, let's see here. What else is eating up? Let's loosen tabs. I don't know how it is that. Like how has it gone that stupid? Because it's gone stupid. No wonder it's lagging. Yeah, I know I'm trying to go to space. Let's see here. All right, so Kerbal Space Program is using 10 gigs of RAM. That's normal. God, what is Chrome doing? See, I don't want to really fudge with the Chrome windows. I guess I can. All right, let me kill that tab. Let me kill that tab. I don't have that many tabs open. Close that. Okay, fine. See, screw it. I'm just going to close this here. If I close the Twitch tab. Wow. Look. The bars are going down. I suddenly have some spare cycles on this system. I don't know. You know, I know we just killed Flash, and we should be happy for that, but somehow JavaScript has become the new Flash. Alright, so with that taken care of. Okay. And he's gotten 10 contracts, so mission control. We've got another explore the moon contract, which is orbit and then return to Kerbin. I will take that contract. Let me see here. Orbiting Mimnus. That's a pretty good paying contract, but the Which one's the Bobcat? Let's see what we've got for parts. Oh, because we should be able to do quite a bit with the amount of science we've got. We can get electronics. That gives us a probe core, and that means we could, and it also gives us solar panels. I really want electronics. I forgot what you get up here in heavy rocketry. Yeah, okay, that's what we get. And, holy cow, Bobcat's expensive. They've added a lot of parts since the last time I played this regularly. I kind of want to go for the probe core because that means I could send landers to Kerbin to the moon. I could even send probes to Mimnus. EVA experiment kit, stack separator. Docking adapter could be interesting. Let's see what else we got here. Any recommendations, chat? EVA repair kit, checker storage, Probodyne control kit. I'm gonna have to read on how the surface experiments work. I think I want to get. We need flight control if we want to send probes. I know that for a fact. So I am thinking we're going to take electronics for, and then research. We still got quite a bit of science left in the tank. So what else can we get here? Docking port can be really interesting if we want to go YOLO, but these all require me to land on the moon to be useful. I think we're still a bit from that. So let's see here. MechJeb, maneuver, and okay, so there's the maneuver planner and other stuff. Let's see here. This also gives us RCS and the oh, and this gives the 2-person pod. So that's not a bad one to grab. Let's see here. We could build a plane. Chat, any thoughts on what to grab? The stabilizer is not a horrible one. Fuel systems have quite a bit of useful stuff in them. The larger fuel tank can be really nice. But I think I kind of want to grab the launch stabilizers. I mean, that does give me the kickback. And the kickback is... it's a pretty good way to yeet things into orbit. That's about the best way I can put it. God, that's not an easy choice. The Ant is not a bad engine if I want to do a small probe. I really don't know what to go with. I am really kind of tempted. We could definitely try and land a probe on the moon, or we could try and enter orbit with a Kerbal. I am not sure. I mean, the other choice is to build a plane, but nah, no, let's not do that. Every time I build planes, they become giant time sinks. So I think we are going to go with space exploration. Actually, no. I think we're going to go with miniature. I don't know. They all look good. I guess the tiny. Let's see here. Drain valve, fuel tank, fuel tank, fuel tank. Lots of fuel tanks. I want them all. You know, the Ant engine's not a bad one to have. So here's where we stand right now. With our current technology level, let me pull up the tracking station. We can now definitely get some probes to go somewhere. I don't have a comm network set up, and setting up a comm network would be kind of difficult. But I could get probes to Mimnus easily. I could actually... If I was to wait for a transfer window, I could actually send something to Duna. we could technically send something to Duna and then have it come back to Kerbin as a probe. Oh no, wait! Because of ComNet, I lose part. I only can point to SLS, so I can't do it just yet. But we could try and either land a probe on the moon, or go for an orbit. I think. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the mission. Let's take a look and see what contracts we have available. I am thinking we are going to try and make moon orbit. And here's why I'm thinking that. Because if I take a scientist with me to the moon. Let's see here. Well, that's a nice, easy mission for, like, no money. Yeah, a few of these are actually not horrible price, horrible things. Let's see here. Send it on escape trajectory. These missions are so stupid, but I'll take this one to test out something at the site. These are doable, but they're always really annoying. So yeah, and let's not do that. Taking the plant a flag mission. Let's see here. We could do the rescue. Where is he? He is in low Kerbin orbit. That's actually not a bad one to get, because that would give us a free Kerbal, and we've already lost one. So I'm actually going to grab that mission. Well, let me see here. How? They're not that expensive, though. Chat, what do you want? Any thoughts on what to go here with? Let's see here. I don't really think... Yeah, I don't really want to do... I hate doing tourist missions. They're so boring. As a low Kerbin orbit one, it's not a horrible thing to try and grab this. Because the way with Kerbal Space Program is that money's pretty easy in the beginning, and then it gets progressively more difficult as time goes on. And we've now got the 2-man can. So I'm going to take this mission, and I'm going to see if a second one shows up, and we can do 2 at once. Because the way this works with life support is that they don't count against life support until they get loaded into physics. So they'll just kind of be chilling out there for the time being. So I think we're going to go for the orbit mission. No. Maybe. I mean, Jeb definitely had the fuel to do the orbit. The other thing is we could try building... No, I don't have what we need to build a comm network yet. We need more science for that. So unless I go sending something... Let's see here. Astronaut complex. It'd be nice to be able to... let's see here. What, is it R&D that needs to get upgraded? Yeah, okay. It's R&D that has to get upgraded to do surface samples. So we're going to want to do that before the first moon mission. And actually, I'm getting pretty close. I can't unlock these nodes until without upgrading. So be it. And then administration is, like usual, basically pointless. I'm sorry. I'm having a little bit of a mission. Okay. So now that we've got electrical, and we've got they're janky. I'll be honest. These solar panels are not what I call particularly great, but they get the job done. I thought I unlocked the two-man can. Did I not get the two-man can? Oh, I guess this is the two-man can. There is a blader on that. Just out of curiosity, yeah, so that's basically the same size. Where'd you attach a parachute on that? Like, I don't know. Like I said, it's... Okay, I guess there is a note on the top. So if I grab a parachute... Wow, words hard. Okay, I guess it just sits like that. I mean, it looks like the Vostok capsule, if you know your Russian space program. So let's take our current orbital craft. How do we want to change this? I mean, this had fuel to spare. Let me do the math here. Let's do the math. So to reach low Kerbal orbit is practically 3,400 delta V. In practice, it's a little more than that. So that leaves me with 2,000 to enter lunar orbit. Is a lot less than that. This should be able to enter lunar orbit and break. But I've got weight to spare, so I could take this further. So here is what we're going to do. So I noticed that the other can has a built-in heat shield. Yeah, this one. It's got a small amount of a blader, so how much heat? Yeah, you can take a lot of heat. In fact, you can actually take more heat than the basic command pod. So let's lose the heat shield. Let's grab you, and then I want to reroute the whole thing like that. And I want to put some parachutes on you. How much do you weigh? Yeah, okay, so you're going to want some extra parachutes. I can see that already. So I'm going to put 2 radial mounts on you. Like that. A regular one. Okay. Wait, can you not... Hold on. Does this have a hatch? I am just noticing that this doesn't look like I can EVA with this. Oh, there is a hatch. It looks like it's there. Hold on. Let's just put you on the... Ah, frig. I just overwrote my craft. Remote controlled... Oh, I didn't want to switch to spaceplane hangar. I guess you can't EVA on this one? Yeah, I guess you can't EVA. Okay, so... That's completely pointless. I knew some when they did the Making History expansion DLC, I was not impressed by it. Primarily because all the new parts were like completely useless. And apparently I was right about that. So let's get some solar panels. And let's make sure you're in place tool mode. Okay. Hatch is obstructed. Let's not do that. Okay, so the solar panels mean that we can stay in orbit for quite a bit longer. We can even... Let's see here. Do we have any problems? We have no problems. We have 99 we have 99 issues, but this isn't one. And we'll be able to use the transmit feature a lot easier. Alright, so let's take a look at what we have else for science. We didn't unlock any new experiments, which is a little bit unfortunate. I will note that this will almost certainly be a shorter stream tonight. We're coming up on, I think we may call it at the 2-hour mark. So do I have a service bay? I do have a service bay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the service bay. Like I said, let's put the probe, and then we're going to put the probe core in the service bay. Like that. And then we actually, because of the fact that now we have this in the service bay. So the reason I need a probe core, it's pretty simple, is it lets a non-pilot basically, like, I can now put Bob in the hot seat and I will still have stability control, which makes flying a considerably easier affair. So we still want the storage unit, and I know it looks really janky like that, but so be it. Okay, and actually, since we've got the storage bay here, get that in there, close, and then what we need is the heat shield to go there, and then the decoupler. So the big win with this is that scientists can reset experiments in this game, which I couldn't do with Jeb. That's why I had to have so many, like, mystery glues and such. Granted, I still have to send them out on EVA to do it. You know what? I'm going to paint the rocket while I'm here. We're going to make it look nice. Shroud. Okay, I guess you can't paint the shroud. Okay, that's fine. We're just painting the rocket. We're painting the rocket. So many years of used to not be able to do that. What a difference. Let me see here. So we've got the Terrier engine here. We've got the antenna. We've got the Science Junior. So with the Science Junior, I can get one of the atmospheric sciences. I can get Kerbin low orbit again. I can get high orbit, high moon, low moon. The EVA reports that I didn't get. The crew. There's probably a few other ones that I'm not thinking of, but this is probably the way to go. I mean, I could include life support. I mean, Mimnus is reachable if I was to put life support on the craft. Just out of curiosity, if I put supplies on, how long does he last? He lasts 18 days. So with a supply module, the habitation time isn't long enough. That's the problem. Think like I mean, I could put an observatory module on, but yeah, no. Okay, so Mimnus is, at least for the time being, Mimnus is out of reach of a crewed mission. I could do it with a probe, but I don't like jumping progression in this game, so we're going to keep working on the moon for the time being. All right, so let's take a look here. So something went wrong with the staging. So we've got the radial decouplers there, like that. And then we check the MAF. The MAF looks good. All right, I think we're good to fly. So, well, I'm gonna call this Intercosmos. That was the Soviet program for client states to get in on space. Yeah, this is not gonna be a long stream tonight, guys. All right, so Side Pocket, when you come back, I would say start looking for a stream to raid. I think we're going to get this to lunar orbit, and then I think we're going to call the night. Because I have to admit, I'm surprisingly tired. So, there's that. Alright, so we can SLS. We've got power coming in. So, just go for it. I mean, this is basically what early Kerbal... Oh, hold on. I did actually forget to do something. Revert to vehicle assembly. I forgot to fix the action groups. I totally forgot to fix the action groups. Okay. In fact, I think I forgot to include the other science experiments. So that goes there. Barometer goes there. Action groups. Shouldn't I have more action groups than that? Okay. Here we go. Action groups 1. Log pressure data. Log data. Science Junior. Conduct. And then I want to do all the experiments at once. And then deploy. Science Junior. Observe. So that'll let me run all 4 experiments at once, and then I can, yes, I can send it right there. Perfect. Science. All of it. All the science. Okay. All right, Bob. So we are currently at a 1-1 killing streak here, so we'll see. We shall see. But I think we will get to lunar orbit. We might do the return, we might not. I mean, if you really want to try and milk as much all the signs you can possibly get, what you want to do is you want to put it in a polar orbit and then get the EVA science, but it's just kind of annoying to get that. So unless I really start hitting the dredges of the science limit, I'm not going to worry about it. And the science rewards are 100%. So as compared to some of my other Kerbal playthroughs games, the science is not all that grindy. Okay, so far so good. The launch is good. Grab all the science on the way up. Okay, and then transfer it to the pod. We are looking good. Oh shoot! I just realized what I forgot. I forgot the mech jeb unit. No wonder I'm not getting statistics. Because, or not the mech jeb, the Kerbal engineer. It's actually maybe why I didn't have a maneuver node editor. Engineer, please. The funny thing is that you're supposed to be able to just put an engineer and you won't need the Kerbal engineer part on your ship. But engineers are they used to be incredibly useless in the base game for years. They just add the ability for them to take and add parts to craft. They basically added Kerbal attachment system to the base game, which is what used to, but you don't really need Bill, who is the engineer, until well past the beginning of the game. Basically, you use Jeb and Val until you get the probe core, the way I play, until you get the probe core, and then Bob does the one-man show, and then from that point forward, you really don't have to worry about it. Because pilots stop being useful really quickly. Why does this rocket always pull one way. Let's see if I can see if we can actually put it into a slightly less inclined. Yeah, wow, holy cow, this is gonna be an inclined orbit. Okay, wait for shutdown. Detach. Hey, I didn't clip it. I didn't clip it that time. And then let's see if we can level you out. 9, 8. See, basically we want to just put it right down the middle. And also, I need to pitch more. I need to pitch a lot more. There we go. At this point, it's just a matter of going into space. Not my greatest ascent, but I'll take it. I will totally take that. So as far as orbital velocity goes, and there we go. We have now leveled off our inclination. And so we just basically burn for it. I mean, one of the things is that this is the thing you'd like do the most in Kerbal Space Program is the burning to and from orbit part. Inclination is good. We are basically flying right down the center. So how far are we? So we're just gonna coast until we hit apoapse, and then we'll burn for it. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Probably should have started burning a little earlier, but yeah, this is fine. This is fine. I just noticed that we have this, I don't have a mech jet part on this ship, and yet I have smart ASS available. Huh. Okay. I'm not going to question it. Okay, so I slightly, okay, yeah, I screwed up slightly. Meh. I think I was angled up a little bit too much, so, but that shouldn't make that big of a difference. Yeah, no, we made it into space. So incidentally, that's the craft that we'll have to rescue at some point. Like I said, I don't know how many more, if I'm going to stream KSP again in the near future. I mean, if people really enjoy it, I will definitely be happy to do future streams, but we'll see. The one problem with using the probe core over, say, an actual pilot is that the first probe core only holds stability assist, so it's missing some nice quality of life features. So there's target. Or actually, that's anti-target. So let's do a little bit of speed, stage. All right, there we go. We can into space. So there's the moon. I don't want to set a target. Let's create a node. And basically we just we're not going to do a free return this time because we actually want to enter lunar orbit. And let's see here. So there's the close approach. There's that, and now we get to do I get to fiddle with maneuver nodes because maneuver nodes suck. Sort of system. There we go. Okay. Alright, that's a little bit too close of an approach. Alright, so 60, 30. I would actually be fairly happy to get a low orbit here. That's a little too low. 10 is about as close. You know, we'll get in close and then we'll futz with it. That's the way we're going to handle it here. So what we need to do now. Oh man, what I would not give for lights. Okay, Bob is going to go outside. He has to do an EVA. So first thing he's going to do is go and grab an EVA report, and he has to do two things. He has to turn his lights on. He has to reset the goo. Oh. Did I? Oh, please tell me I didn't. Yeah, okay, so I put the goo in a stupid location. So this is going to be more annoying than it needs to be. Okay, okay. Where is he relative to the ship? You've got your light on, so like I said, Kerbals always move relative to... Oh shit. Come on. Don't I just lost my spaceship. Where? There it is. Okay. It took me so long to get semi-decent at doing EVAs. Like, I used to send a Kerbal on EVA, and that would be a death sentence. Alright, so... Let me... Because they only have a relatively little amount of fuel. It's actually about 500 meters per second of fuel. Okay. So he can reset that. I guess the Science Junior did not get triggered. Hold on. When I get back into let me get back in the ship. Because it's got a probe core. I can actually edit action groups. God, this is such a welcome feature. Okay, yeah, so that didn't get added. You need to... No, you do it. Did the science not get transferred? I guess the science did not get transferred. Okay. So you reset that. So there's Bob. Why is the camera stuck? I can't rotate the camera. No, I can't rotate the camera at all. What the? Game? Game? It's responding to mouse input, but I can't... Oh, there it goes. What was that? Okay, so note to self. I know there's a mod that fixes this. I need to use an illumination mod next time I stream Kerbal Space Program. Okay, so I am currently the ship. There's Bill. Where is... I'm going... Where? How long until I hit that maneuver node? So here's the ship. And we are here? No, we are here. So we're actually 7 minutes until we hit that maneuver node. I mean, I can always just cancel it and remake it, but I prefer not to. This is fine. Everything is fine. Let me keep his fuel up so I just don't accidentally run out. Just... Okay. So what I need is... The mystery goo container is where? It's probably here on the other side. Yep, there it is. Okay. Did you just not collect the data? I don't understand. Or did it automatically get reset? Oh, we're coming around to the other side. Look, sunlight. It's possible that's a quality of life thing. I no longer have to get out of the ship. Yeah, no, this is not store experiments. No, it didn't take the data on the way up. What gives? Collect all. I don't know. What is even Kerbal Space Program? Because at this point, I don't know what's going on. I don't understand what's gone wrong. Yeah, see, now I can do the restore. And that's what I'd expect to be able to do. If the mouse would agree, it doesn't seem to be... There we go, restore. Unit is operational again. Alright, let me switch to this. What's currently in this? Review stored data. I have a GUI and I have an EVA report. Keep both of those. You have no stored data here. I thought I collected data. Okay. That's fine. Get back in. Okay, atmospheric pressure test. Material study reset. Keep. And then collect all. Okay. I'm not even going to pretend to understand this. I don't. I'm just going to warp to maneuver node and we are going to the moon. So, Side Pocket, let me know when you get back, because I am kind of ready for us to raid. I'm kind of... I am reaching that point. But at least Plan A seems to be working, even though Plans B through 30 has seemed to have gone completely south. So, let's see. Let's get down to node 30. And then punch it. All right. And since this time I can basically watch him here, we can watch the departure. Yeah, I think we're just going to enter lunar orbit, and then that's where we're going to call it for the night. I am definitely on fumes. But I will say it's a very pretty thing to be watching. So as usual, if you enjoyed the content you've seen here on DEF CON 201, please hit that notification bell. It really does make a huge difference to us. And as usual, I will be back in 2 weeks to do retro streaming. As soon as we hit the moon, we're going to pull the plug for the night. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. So yeah, all right. How close were we to our actual... Okay. Accept maneuver node. Okay, so slightly... Oh, that... Okay, I slightly overcooked that, but it's fine. This is fine. What amazed me is that when I was looking at mods to set this installed, because I set this up today, a lot of the mainstays, like Kerbal Alarm Clock doesn't even seem to have a version for the most modern version of KSP, which really surprised me, to say the least. Okay, so let's get all the science we can get. Transfer, collect all. And then we get to do this again, but this time we should... That time I could just restore the goo. What is this game? I don't... So I could restore the goo. Yep, okay, and then I can restore. Could have put a liar there. It's fine. But you can see I've already got about 50 science in the from this single mission. And that's just because I've got a scientist on board to make it so much more possible. And actually, I think I've got an EVA report I can get here. Nope, I got that one. Do I have a crew report that I can get here? Nope, got that one. All right. So, yeah. So as an additional thing, for me personally, if you're interested in me, I did my YouTube channel, which is recently, and to put this very bluntly, has been noticed by YouTube Senpai, has been blowing up. I do mostly retro tech. I've got a 486 restore going. I've also got a blog with write-ups on it at castleval.pro. I've dropped the links in the chat. And I just got a bunch of retro stuff that's coming in the mail, so there'll be some interesting stuff coming in the future. Okay, so right now, all right, we've just entered the moon's sphere of influence. So let's get more science because we couldn't get all of this beforehand. So let's get a material study, temperature, goo. It's fine. Collect all. Oh yeah, because what I got with what I had gone with Jeb was the high, but you can get, I think it's up to 3 times you can get more science from each repeated experiment. It's diminishing returns, but it's, you know, since we're here, and then restore. Compared to what it took the first time to get that all to work, so now that we're here, let's place a maneuver node at Periaps. What's that going to cost us? It's going to cost us 200 meters per second delta V. And we're going to go into a pretty... I want to go into a low lunar orbit. Oh, that's a little too low. That'll actually make us land. And I don't think we can survive that right now. So we still have our link to the Kerbal Space Center. We still have it's a strong link. So all things going. Okay. So yeah, so let's go for the burn. Let's go for broke here. And let's enter lunar orbit. Okay. All right. Hey, textures, load in, please. Like, you can see that these textures have loaded, but these have not. Or maybe it's just the camera perspective I'm looking at. Okay, whatever. So this is a 50-second burn. It's a 20-second burn, so we should burn. You always want to burn at about halfway through the maneuver node. So, all right. So far, so good. And then that'll leave us with about 500 to 600 meters per second of fuel on board, which is basically what we need. Let's see here. You know, while I'm here, I do want to do some edits. Let's see here. Like I said, I lost all my major things. Okay. We'll do that later. Node. Oh, shoot. I'm burning late. I am burning late, but that's fine. Note to self, don't get distracted while... Alright. And then we just grab a bunch more science. Don't get distracted while you're about to do a maneuver node. Okay, that's a little bit lower than I want for my orbit, but 7,000... I don't remember what the lowest peak on the moon is. I know the lowest peak on Duna is 10. I think the moon, I'm okay at this, but we're just going to give it a little bit more gas. So, okay, that is... A stable orbit has been achieved. Mission Control is still debating on the best way to get you back home. You packed a toothbrush, right? And we have entered orbit of the moon. So how much science do we currently have on board? We have a lot of science on board. I don't remember if transmitting the science, because you get less if you transmit, you like 70% in this case. I can't remember if you still can't recover it or not. So I'm not going to. But yeah, we have successfully entered moon orbit. And actually, there is more science that we can get here. Because we can still get a crew report, which is 15. And we can get EVA. And every time we go over a different biome, because see how it says the lowlands, you can get more. And you can get a lot of science for those. Because every time you change biomes. So because we're at the equator, we can't get exactly a whole lot. Yeah, see, now we're at Midlands. I think what the intent of this, this has been one of those mechanics that I really never understood why it exists, because this feels so cheesable if you know it exists. But you know, the flip side of this is that I have done most of these like a million times, so yay. So all right. So anyway, I'm going to we have successfully made it to the moon. We have a very, very low warp because I think I'm going to have our orbit's too low. And I can't do anything about that. Yeah, can't warp faster than 10x. I'll boost the orbit when I get to Apple Apps. Come on. Oh, Far East Crater. That's a new biome. So as soon as I collect this science, or if the game will stop. Did I just have a Kraken attack? Please tell me I didn't have a Kraken attack. Yeah, all right. Anyway, this is NCOMMANDER signing out. I hope you have all have a great day. I'm just going to wait for SidePocket to confirm I can shut down. As usual, I'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll be doing Retro Tech as usual. So, all right. With much love, this is NCOMMANDER.